The number one thing eating your gains. We're going to talk about that today. I'm also going to bring to you a new index to follow, something that can give you some insight into where the market may be headed or is currently going. And then let's start off by looking at the economic calendar. So you can see today we've got productivity and labor cost revision. So the unit labor cost revision is actually kind of important because that is showing that the cost for labor is actually lower than anticipated. So it was forecast to be 1.4 and actually came in at 0.8, which is really good for business, meaning it's costing them less money to produce more goods. And then U.S. productivity, that was also revised today. That came in line at 2.2. The other thing is the optimism index here came in at 101.7 when it was expected to be 94.8. That's actually kind of a big increase. And as a result, I'm actually seeing some green in my portfolio today. It actually flipped. It started off like plus a few $100 and it was negative a few $100. Now it's like plus like 1,000 or more. What a day. Anyways, next let's talk about the index I want to bring to you. So this is a brand new index that actually I just learned about, and it's actually kind of fun and cool to look at. So it's this thing's called NAAIM, NAAIM, National Association of Active Investment Managers, and this index is basically a survey of active investment managers and how they're investing currently. Okay, so the way this works is the close at 100 or slightly above 100 is actually leveraged. So at 100 on this chart, they are fully invested. Anywhere over 100, they are leveraged. Anywhere down to, honestly, it appears anything underneath 60 is, pretty bearish and is likely to see a turnaround soon. Okay. So basically that's how that works. And then we also have this little chart over here. Now this is updated every single Wednesday. So this will be updated tomorrow. The latest update is December 4th. The other thing that's interesting is right here, this bearish column right here. Okay, this column right there. When it's 0, that's net neutral, meaning they're not really bearish or bullish on the market. Minus 100 is fully short. Minus 200 is leveraged short. If it goes to 100, that is fully invested. 200 on this chart would be leveraged, or not on this chart, but on this bearish column here, 200 would be a leveraged investment. Okay, that's pretty cool. All right. So currently we're at an 85, so we're still pretty hot, but we came down from that 98, which would explain that huge drop we had on Monday. Okay, so that is pretty interesting to see, and we'll take a look at. Actually, we'll do the SPY real quick. We'll look at the SPY. Okay, notice the SPY that came down from the NAAIM came down from 98, dropped to 85, and we were at on the 4th we were at 98, and we peaked up just ever so slightly, and then we came down. Okay, that's basically what that represented. We'll take a look at this other thing here in a second. Okay, so this is a fun little thing. I would favorite this one, NAAIM Exposure Index, and I'd keep an eye on this thing. If you see it over 100, it might be time. So like July, let's look here. July 3rd, 2024 was the last time it was over 100. So July 3rd, 2024. Where's July 3rd, 2024? 16th, July 3rd, 2024, right here. So basically from right here, what I would say in this situation when it's over 100 like that is I would start watching the 5-day moving average. And as soon as you lose it, which was right here, which was a full July 3rd, which was a full, that bottom there was a full 1% higher than where July 3rd opened up anyways. So yeah, I would watch the 5-day moving average, and as soon as it breaks it, I'd be out. And look, once it broke it, you'd want to be out. Anyways, so that's just another index to keep track of. It's just another piece of economic data to have in the back pocket to pay attention to. Okay, let's get into the number one thing eating your gains right now. And if you're like me and you're on this channel, you're probably invested in Bitcoin miners, and Bitcoin miners seem to be underperforming. But are they really? Are they really underperforming? This is my question. I looked yesterday at Mara and I talked about it. Market cap and dilution. Mara is actually worth more money by its market cap than it ever has been before. But the price is about half what its previous cycle high was. Okay, previous Bitcoin cycle high was. Okay, so we're going to look here. Market capitalization. Here we go. This is CleanSpark. Currently as of today, CleanSpark has a market cap of $3.98 billion. Let's see here, 3.98. Let's find last time it was like 3.98-ish over here. You know what? We'll call it there. Okay, July 26th. July 26th. Where was the price on July 26th? We'll zoom in a tiny bit. July 26th. Oh, look at that. July 26th. Price was at $17.19. So $17.19. And it was the same market cap, by the way, $17.19 to where we currently are right now. 21.28% less value in CleanSpark, but the exact same market cap, meaning since July, CleanSpark has diluted shares by over 20%. That's why I get furious when they do more and more and more ATMs without providing me any more value. Okay, when you do I'm not against ATMs. Okay, I get frustrated when there's not a clear path to me getting more value for that money, and don't pretend like that's selfish. We're investing here. Investing is selfish. They're supposed to make me money. Otherwise, I wouldn't give them any money. That's silly. Okay? So anyways, CleanSpark since July has diluted us over 20%. Same market cap right now as it was when price was $17, and we're currently at $13.53. So let that sink in for a minute. That is the biggest destruction of your gains. Okay, let's go ahead and move on. Something like Bitfarms. How's Bitfarms doing? Did Bitfarms wrong, so I got to go back and redo it. Okay, so Bitfarms today. Let me turn this off because this is going to look like spaghetti here if I don't. All right, today Bitfarms is worth $0.99 million or $990 million. Okay, when was the last time it was worth that in the past? If we go back to February the 23rd, they were worth about that. If we go back to December 2021, so February, we're going to February 23rd first. February 23rd. Where's February 23rd? And let's see how much we've been diluted just since February. February 23rd. Let me get this out. February 23rd. Okay, it's right there. February 23rd. Right there. Okay. And our current value is down 32%. So just since February, Bitfarms has diluted you down 32%. The company is worth about the same amount as it was when it was $3.12 per share, but now the share are $2.10. What about the last time in December? Let's look at December. That would have been December 30th. Okay, let's look at December 30th, 2021. And compare that. Okay, December 30th, 2021. Is right in here. Okay. December 30, 2021. Not as bad as I was thinking, but we'll take a look. December 30, 2021. Right there. And we are about 60%, almost 59% lower than we were in December 30th, 2021, but with the same value at the company. That is how much you've been diluted. You've been diluted 60% of the value of these shares. So let's take a look at now. Okay, Mara is currently at a $7.8 billion market cap, the highest it ever was, in the last bull run was $7.56 billion. Okay, we're above that valuation now. What's the highest it was? So my other chart wasn't. I knew it went to the 80s. That other chart I had was nonsense. That Yahoo chart sucked. Okay, anyways, $83 was the value back then at the highest peak of value. We're above that value now, but we are 70% less in value in terms of your money is worth 70% less than it was, or your shares, excuse me. It's worth 70% less than they were when market cap was less than it is today in 2021. Okay? Let that sink in. If you're invested in 2021, your value per share is over 70% less than it was in 2021 now. Let's take a look at IREN. This is another one I'm invested in, so I'm curious. Let's take a look at IREN. Okay, let's look at IREN. Where's their market cap compared to their dilution? Market cap compared to dilution. Okay, so they also have the highest market cap they have ever had right now at $2.98 billion. The last time it even got close was the 5th of July, 2024. Okay, 5th of July, 2024. Okay, where was that at? Oh, look at that. Okay, so since July, just since July. So this is the 5th right here, the peak. Right here. The peak was right here. Okay, we are how much further down? So IRN since July has diluted us about 6%, 7%, 7-ish percent. Okay, that is nuts. Also, I mean, but look back here in November 2021, we had $1.38 billion market cap. We're talking way less than half of what the current market cap is. But in November 2021, the price was all the way up here at $28. So if you bought then, and that dilution would have taken you down to 50%, 50% less value now with more than double the value of the company. So that's dilution in action. That's why these are not buy and hold long term. That's why I swing these. That's why I swing them. That's why I find the lows, I buy on the lows and sell on the highs, and I wait for it to come to a low again. That's why I do that. Okay. So that's it. That's all I wanted to say. That's the most important thing destroying your value. That's the most important thing to understand about the miners is that they do that and they are not meant to be held for years and years and years. They're meant to be held during a cycle and let go once that cycle is over, and then wait for that cycle to repeat again. And that's all. That's all. They're tools, and that's how this tool works. Okay. Anyways. Let's take a look here if there's anything crazy we want to see on the daily charts here. So we are below the 21-day moving average exponential. We're probably going to touch the 200 on CleanSpark. It's sad to say, it sucks to say, but average force momentum says it wants to come down lower. If we close underneath the 21 today, we're going to come to the 200. The 200 is at 1234. Let's take a look at Bit Digital. How's Bit Digital doing? In fact, I didn't do Bit Digital for the market cap. Let's take a look at Bit Digital's market cap real quick. Bit Digital, last time it was up about the same value was November 29th, 2021. November 29th, 2021. Let's take a look at what the value of Bit Digital was in November 29th, 2021. Ooh, this is going to be a bad one. Oh, right here. About right there. Since 2021, November, we're getting pretty close, about right there. 46%. 46% dilution on Bit Digital. That sucks. That sucks really hard. But, let's look at their share count. See how that's been going. Shares outstanding. Yeah, they had that in 2021. Yeah, big moves up in 2021. And they've kind of gone flat since September of this year, which I wish they kind of would have done a little less, but, you know, that's how it goes. Anyways, dilution, number one thing eating your gains. All right, let's move back on to, not CleanSpark, let's move back on to looking at the charts real quick. Warrants. They peaked under $1 yesterday. Okay, they peaked under $1 yesterday, and even today they peaked under $1 down to 94 cents. This is now on a downtrend. Okay, the warrants are now on a downtrend. Let's go to 2 hours here so I get some little more lines and stuff to look at. Okay, it's on a downtrend. Now I do see a potential falling wedge, so we're going to go ahead like this. I'm going to draw this line here and like this, right, like that. If we break this line to the upside, we're likely to come up back up to 132. Okay, we're going to test this box here. We're going to test this box. If we lose this lower bit here, if we lose this lower portion down here, anywhere below the 382, which is where it currently is at 103, if we stay under 103 on the 2 hour, we're likely to come down to 86 cents. So keep your eyes out on that for the warrants. If you missed the warrants the last time around, which granted they were pretty hard to catch, and if you were lucky you got them like I did. If you weren't lucky, some people were not able to get it. This might be that second chance to get it. Of course, nothing I say is financial advice or a suggestion to buy, sell, or hold any asset whatsoever. Okay, but the warrants are now showing a bit of a downtrend. Now, if they break this trend here, they break that trend line and get above 113, then 130 is back on the menu. Okay, let's take a look at Bit Digital. Bit Digital for the day is at the 21. So we could see a 21 bounce here, and this would it breaks that trend line there, and we could see it go right back up into the 5s, especially if Ethereum cooperates. Bit Digital still hanging out around the 200-day moving average. It needs to get back above the 21 at $2.12. Really, realistically, it needs to get above 230 before I'm interested in Bitfarms again. Otherwise, I'm not too interested. Mara is crawling on up here. It came to the 21-day moving average, which was a solid retracement, right? It came down. It went up here on this blow-off top. I sold. Came down. Went up again. Came down. I bought more. As it came down, I might buy a little bit more. I might buy like one more like tomorrow or the next day. I really want to see how it interacts with the 21-day moving average. If we get back above the 5, you better believe I'm going to go bullish again on Mara, all the way up to $30 again. Okay, that's Mara. Riot. Riot has a date with the 200-day moving average down there at 1064. It is fully detached from the 21. This is a bit of a break right here of the 21 moving average. It will likely touch the 200 before finding its way back up, unless Bitcoin does a hard U turn. Iron, I don't like where it is right now. Okay, Iron, I don't love this. So losing the 5 is the first step to coming back to the 21. Now, I think we're probably going to see something similar to like what we saw back here, where we come to the 21 and went a little bit higher and then failed. Okay, so that's what I'm looking at here. So this time we went a little higher. Yeah, a little higher overall. That's great. As long as we stay above $12.11, right? Above $12.11, I'm looking at a move like this, where we come down to the 21 somewhere, meet it somewhere like 12.50, and then push up to about 17, 18 on a blow off top for the end of December, and then we curl over and come all the way back to the 200 somewhere around 11 bucks, maybe even 10. That's what I'm looking at. This move exactly. And in fact, I'm gonna lock that down. See if it happens. Let's see. Let's see. That's what I'm watching for Iron. Core Z. We got a little pop up today, but it is now operating below the 21-day moving average. I do think this one likely has a date with the 200-day moving average as well, which is perfectly aligned with the bottom of this ascending channel, and it is also printing a bit of a head and shoulders here, and if we go any lower, it is absolutely going to come down and have a date with the 200-day moving average. Let's take a look at Wolf. What's Wolf doing? Same sort of scenario. We're losing the 21 today. We don't have a clear break on this like we did on Riot. So if it closes beneath the 21-day moving average today and opens up back beneath it tomorrow, I'd be looking at it coming back into this trend line down here around 657 bucks. Actually, that's $7 now. 650. Hut, $26. Ooh, what a drip! What a drop! What a drop! I think the 21. It needs to test the 21 down at $25. Once it does that, we'll have a look and see if it's going to bounce off that or if it's going to go through that support and come down to the 200. So let's see. We're going to get a little bit of weakness in the middle of December here. Cypher, I actually don't like where Cypher is right now. This is looking very double toppy, and with this second high being lower than the previous high in November, if we come anywhere down to the 200-day moving average at 564, if we lose that, we're coming down to support, which in this case is going to be the very bottom of this ascending channel down here at $5. That's what I'm seeing there. Now we could bounce. If we bounce here and we get back up above the 5-day moving average, I would say we're going to run back for this high here at 754. But if we're unable to do that and we get anywhere beneath the 21-day moving average, I'd say we're going to hit the 200 and we're probably going to shoot past it and come down towards the low 5s on Cypher. Hive, has it gotten any closer to that line yet? No, it hasn't. Not interested in it. Soluna is doing nothing, and it's still pretty flat. It's still just hanging out down here, just getting accumulated. Soluna, I actually noticed that insiders were buying quite a lot of Soluna, so I actually loaded up a couple more shares. Not very many, about like 50 more shares. We're talking like $150. Like, this is a small investment. Don't get too excited about that. Bitcoin still trying to struggle to get back to $100,000. Solana took a bad dive yesterday. Look at that yesterday. Man, it was 8% down. That was brutal. Hit the 200 and then it's bouncing off the 200, which is a good sign. But man, that was brutal. We need to see it get back above the 21-day at 229.68 before this is feeling bullish again right now on Solana. But we did come all the way back to support on that. That sucked. That was pretty brutal. All right. Anyways, that's all I've got for you today. Please like, comment, subscribe, share this video. Check out the Trade Cave store, link in the description, as well as the channel bio. Don't sleep on that sticker shop. That link is also in the description and channel bio. Check out Nanners on X or Melon on X or on the Hop aggregator. Those links are in the description as well. If those interest you, if you are doing anything with the Sui chain and have any kind of excitement about that sort of ecosystem, go ahead and check those out as well and have a profitable day.